Hello and welcome. Today we'll test out a deck created by, and this is a really interesting option because you can be competitive and have a little bit of fun at the same time. Even if it's not like the tier 1 deck, it still performs pretty well. This is like the aggressive version of the Conjurer Mage at some point, because you've got a few things that you can do during the early game. For example, Apprentice combined with the Mana Cyclone will allow you to get a ton of stuff in your hand, and also at the same time just develop, play a bunch of spells in order to control the board or just deal any kind of damage. And because you will still have cards in your hand, it's a great option for the Mountain Giant. So no matter if you will get this during the early game or in your opening hand or during the late game, you will still get a discount and play this for a really cheap cost. On top of it, you've got Conjurer's Calling, and not only, like, of course Mountain Giant is the best target because then you will summon another Mountain Giant, another big boy, but at the same time, if your opponent will, for example, buff something or magnetize a big mech into something small, and you will play this on the opponent's minion, then, for example, you will just kill it, and if this thing costs 1 mana, you will actually summon 2 1-drops, and let's say that he magnetized a War Gear on top of it, so that's an interesting removal from time to time. Also, that's why we've got a lot of card draw, or just things that add cards to our hand, like Banana Buffoon, but also it synergizes really well with the Archmage Antonidas, so this is like a great finisher, especially against the control decks. And also on top of it, we've got Questing Adventurers, so there are a lot of ways how to utilize all those cards. So even if you've got pretty cheap stuff, but it's like a little bit useless because you can't really turn this into like too much damage, with Questing you can actually do it. I already feel bad for this warrior, but let's just show him a few magic tricks once again. I mean, of course this is a different one, but like, warrior just like, yo, I would like to counter Tempo Rogues and so on, like all those aggressive decks, I think I own them. And then you queue into this guy and you can't do anything. I mean, okay, you can do a few things, but the odds that you win are like almost zero. You need to like try to pressure me. Oh, the Dragon Warrior. So it will be more interesting. So sadly I can't replay anything. And like also playing Hero Power on this thing doesn't make any kind of sense, because so next turn I will play Sunbinder into Giant. Interesting idea, but Dragon Warrior is not the best deck right now. It's still pretty okay. It's okay, but there are just better versions. And that's another sad part of it, because when you, for example, got the Warrior, and Warrior got something like 3 more or less competitive archetypes, so basically a control one, Bomb Warrior, and also Dragon. They will always pick the best archetype, so all other ones are just like, they do not exist, basically. And even if they are good, they do not exist at some point. But because the Control Warrior and Bomb Warrior are more or less on the same level of the win ratio and just the power level in general, that's why like both things are actually a thing. But always the worst thing will just suffer at some point. But maybe that's true, like people want to be competitive, they do not play for fun. Most of the times. Wait, Cleave? Oh, okay. I was already surprised, like, what just happened? Actually, because Dragon Warrior can develop few threats. Has a problem. Pretty good. So let's see, well, I'll go for 1 questing. Okay, let's see, how many cards? 3. Whoa. So there might be some sort of big boy like Alex or...
Give me a quest. Give me a quest.
If there is no scale or there are only dragons... He might have Dragon Maw Scorcher, so that he will be able to kill one of them. I just hope that at least one of them will live. It's still like there are so many options. Shield Slam on top of it, or Execute, or another Devastate. That's the big turn, that's the big turn. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, what is this? What just happened?
Quest accepted.
And there is a counter spell on top of it. He's got coin, but he might like... Maybe he will be like so excited that he just top decked the Execute or something, that he will just mess this up. Or like, no way that he picked the counter spell when there was a coin. No way. Like, surprise, surprise, this is actually a thing. What if this is like the Spellbender or something else? Like, yo, it just makes sense. And double Astral Rift. At least I will never run out of value. Or stuff in general. Ah, no, never mind. He's smart. Or maybe... But... Oh, this will live. Okay, let's see. 12 points of damage. Wait, this will give me additional 5, so I will have 17, which is almost enough. But I want to get something... Yes. Oh, maybe... Wait, did I messed it up. I messed it up. Of course, card draw first. And the Jiraxis. And the Khadgar.
Quest accepted.
Oh, that was... Oh, I probably just missed lethal. Yeah, I missed it. If I would Arcane Intellect first, of course, this is like the golden rule. Card draw first, but yo, that's good.
Run! I will hold them off.
Oh, really? Do we BM? I would love to, but...
Quest accepted.
Quest accepted. 20 attack, questing adventure, Phil's Goodman. Oh, we own this matchup, especially if I will get Elemental Evocation, then I can just like go all in on the Mana Cyclone, get a ton of stuff in my hand, just perfect. First we need to get this, but it looks like RNGesus sometimes, occasionally, works, so I'm glad for this kind of cooperation. It was a pleasure to work with you, of course. Got the full RNG combo. Oh, that's the good stuff. Because really, like, there were so many ways how we can, like, destroy him. Not only with the Mountain Giant, combined with the Conjurer's Calling, but also we can just generate a really huge amount of value. We also have Archmage, so with all those one drops, usually you just can go like Apprentice, Archmage, a bunch of spells. You've got something like even 5 fireballs easy. Then you just like launch this in. It's just a matter of time. So basically, this is like super similar to the Conjurer Mage, which is like slightly slower, and the whole idea is a little bit different because you play big minions, a lot of big threats. Okay. Is there any possibility to mill him? Okay, not anymore. I think this is the right time to just go for it. Okay, so like I hope to also finish the thought about the Conjurer.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Do I deal damage? I mean, like... No, what, we can just go all in, huh? Just why not? Okay, let's do it this way. So he might think, what is this? Okay, so basically this is like the more aggressive take on the Conjurer's Mage. Sadly this is not a counter spell. We need more cards, definitely. Oh, but feels good, man. And then I will get maybe just another Mana Cyclone or the Mountain Giant, but both outcomes are pretty good with this hand. So... interesting. Maybe he wants to attach the Zilix to it. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see, I've got a lot of freeze effects, and like the snap freeze is actually pretty okay if you will randomly get this, sometimes with the Ray of Frost. Trying to kill it just so he won't attach anything to it. That's the first thing. And that's another annoying mech. Brawl, of course. Right now he will need to find more armor in order to deal with the Mountain Giant. Ooh, that's... whoa, that's really interesting. Let's see. I will freeze something and kill it. Smart, smart. Even if it's not big, at least he won't get armor. And I can't really play the Cinderstorm, so I just think like this is a good idea. We'll get a little bit of armor. We'll do it this way. Play around the Brawl. Wait, is this some sort of like the mecha tune or like... Interesting, because like, if we see the Armor Smith, there might be also Ball Rage, but I just wonder like, what's his game plan? What's his like win condition? He tries to cycle heavily, so this might be like a control cycle mecha tune deck. Double Sunbiter won't hurt. I just like Zilix to not give him more cards. Yeah, okay, makes sense. And then we just... Whoa. Okay. Hell yeah. Attack, Conjurer's Calling. Imagine there will be Warp Up. Then he will Brawl, definitely.
Unity, precision, profundity.
And still having this Mountain Giant makes like all those things so like yo, how do you want to kill it? You can't really... Yeah. And I can just turn this into a 1-drop with the Conjurer's Calling. Or like, actually... Maybe let him heal. Let him have it, let him have it. And right now. Let's go. You know what? I want more. To get rid of the armor. I think it makes sense. And right now, once again, I will force him to brawl, but I will have at least like one big minion, so that's fine. And if this is not enough, another Sunbinder. Oops. Oh! Oh boy. That's a good stuff. That's a good stuff. Trade a Conjurer's Calling, or like do not even trade because he will have Brawl or something else. So I might freeze it, but what if his minion will survive? Ooh, feels giant, man. Okay, I thought so. And then if you won't be able to deal with it once again, I think I smell double giant in the air. Okay, so this is planned for future. Yeah? Let's think. I also had a possibility to play Evocation with the Mountain Giants, and then it will cost 5 but 6 because I lose 1 card. But maybe that was just smarter. Maybe. So let's see. Right now I will play this with the mana, but then I can only... no, I just think this is not enough. I still think... wasn't it better to just develop the Mountain Giant? Then, like, you will still need to take care of it somehow. Shield Slan... wait, he will... oh. So basically Archmage wins me the game right now. Oh, that's also an option. I really think that right now we can pressure him with... not with the Mountain Giant, because like this with the Brawl is sick, but if I will bait out the Brawl...
Just like you.
with this kind of thing, and Cone of Cold, just because it's not really as that useful, I think... just to, you know, cycle a little bit, like, yo, just change this card. Okay. I think so, I think so. Oh, perfect. Bait out the Brawl. This attacks anyway. I don't really want to play Image here because it's a waste. It's just a waste. I've got double questing. Because of the Warp buff. So I don't really want to go for this kind of plan. I can still Giant into Conjurer's Calling. Splitting Image just helps. I've got a lot of options. Yeah, I thought so. So this is just a waste. Yeah, and if there is no Archivist, I will also... I can also win maybe just with Fatigue. The worst part is that right now he's got Rush and all those mechs. I just want one of those giants to live, and then... no, being a Devastator is... it's like cheating at some point. Yeah, out from the Leverage run. Hell yeah. Nice.
Give me a quest.
Come on, something cheap. Not the best, but still. Just Archmage. Just Archmage. Well played. And I can cycle with the Stargazer Luna, so that's my plan. But maybe Ray of Frost, just, yeah, Magic Trick or Image. Who's the control warrior right now? Wait, cycle, but when I will play Magic Trick, I mean...
Future is ours. Behold
Okay, well
the
played.
tools of
So right now...
creation.
I mean, I think just... That's the plan. Change it maybe for something slightly better. Not have overload. Image might be okay. Create the board. Create the board. 28 spells. 28 spells in the whole game. And I still have a lot of them. It's like, yo, the amount of awesomeness in this deck. It's just like, and it's cool because it's like more or less competitive. Not if it's still not the like strongest option. It's really okay, and you can have a little bit of fun with the Mana Cyclone. At least I don't know if you enjoy this kind of stuff. I just like it. You have a little bit of this randomness, but usually a positive one because like, yeah, you can get bad cards like for example Ray of Frost, but out from like all those spells, at least you will get few useful ones. Uh-oh. I hope that I'm alive. Because when I will kill the Mechatoon, it's basically like, well played. You won't have any option to like even kill those things when you already played in Rage. There might be like Whirlwind. Is there any way to win right now? I can just play Conjurer's Calling on this thing and give him a tendril. Well, there will be another Mechatoon, huh?
You
Okay.
require my assistance. Aha!
Wait, okay, let's say that he will cycle. He will like empty all his deck, but still, like, how do you win? Well played. Archmage, you're the best. So strike.